Hello everyone, this is Ninja, and this is Kerbal Space Program, the first non-Minecraft Let's Play that I'm doing so far. And we're in version 0.22.0.351. I played this quite a while ago when it was in more of the early stages. I got a little burned out on it, and I didn't record anything because it still seemed like the game was sort of at a point where it's kind of too buggy to really do anything really meaningful to me. Now they've added a career mode where you have to get science points, which are like experience points, where you can progress your program and get new parts on your spacecraft. So it's definitely a lot better than it was before. I like the career mode. They still have a sandbox mode. I'm not going to be doing that though, because I like the challenge of having to start out from scratch, kind of. Alright, so I was practicing for quite a while on my day off. I played all night, and it seemed like the time went by really fast, which I think is a good thing with games. It means you're having fun. And I feel like I've learned enough to kind of play through this without too many complete debacles. If I have a massive screw up, I might just cut some of it out and I'll show you guys where I screwed up and redo the mission or something. But okay, I'm gonna overwrite that game. Let's start a new one, and I'm gonna give it the same name, so it's gonna overwrite it. Ninja, of course. And let's see, what flag should I pick for this? Let's go with this one. Okay, career mode. Let's get it started. Overwrite. And if you've ever seen Kerbal Space Program, I'm sure a lot of people have already seen there's a lot of Let's Plays out there with Kerbal Space Program. But I'll go over the basics from the beginning, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. I think with the parts and stuff, I'm not going to read all the descriptions in it or anything like that. Probably stuff that I've never used before, but going to try and kind of go through this somewhat quick. Okay, so this is the Space Center. I think this is the where you can build the space planes. This is for the rockets. This is where you can monitor your missions and recover them or cancel them or whatever, or go back to them in case you have like a really long mission you want to go back to or something like that. And then this is where you spend your experience points and get new parts that you can use. Actually, I'm not even sure what this building is. Oh, this is the player lounge, okay. Or the astronaut lounge or something like that, yeah. Where you can, well, actually, I'm not even sure what you can really do here. I guess you can recruit new guys. I figure courage would be something good and stupidity would be good to have low. I'm not sure how that really affects your missions though, or anything like that. Probably doesn't really matter, I'm thinking. So okay, let's get started and build our first rocket. And of course we start with the command pod Mark 1. Just carries one, what would you call them, our Kerbonaut? Alright, so we need some rocket underneath this thing. We need something to push it up, so there's either solid fuel or liquid. In the liquid fuel you always need a tank and an engine. So I think we'll go with the liquid fuel, the engine here. And Need a parachute. I think no matter what I do here, this thing is probably going to come down and explode these parts. Now, hopefully, we can still keep our command module intact. But we'll see here. I've done it before. I just took off and kind of intentionally let it crash down because I wanted to get the science off of it so I could just kind of get the new parts. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get that started actually. With the science right now, the only thing we can put on here is an antenna, and if you transmit your science wirelessly, you're going to lose some of it. It'll say what percentage you can get out of it. But I think I'm not even gonna bother with that because I'm just gonna crash this down, or not crash it, but you know, we're just gonna go up and come back down, and hopefully my command module is still intact. Everything else will probably explode. Okay, and I like to keep the resources open. That way you can see how much electric charge and stuff you have. Liquid fuel, oxidizer. I don't know what the oxidizer, how that matters. But okay, let's get started here. I'm gonna throttle up all the way, of course, and let's see. We gotta put the parachute in a different stage, I would think. I'm not sure why it doesn't automatically do that, but okay, there we go. And I think the bottom is the most recent stage, I'm pretty sure. So, here we go. Guess I'll do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Probably won't get too high with this thing. I forgot to turn the SAS on. This is what keeps your... it's almost like a gyroscope. It keeps everything lined up correctly, and I should have gone over the water a little bit. Oops. But now's the time to deploy the parachute. Might as well. We're still going up. But yeah, we're gonna turn around real quick. We're just gonna land probably somewhere right near this area right here. And I'll turn the SAS off, so I'm not gonna be holding myself in a weird position for landing. I might be able to land on the side actually. I don't know. I think it's probably going to destroy it if I land on the side like that. I don't think I can either. The parachute's pulling me up too much now. So we're just going to land back down like this, and hopefully this doesn't explode. So you can see the shadow. You know you're getting real close. When you're within 500 feet is when the parachute opens up right here. Or maybe 550, something like that. And I think that's from the ground, because if you're landing near a mountain or something, the parachute will open pretty much 500 feet before you reach the mountain. So it ends up being above 500 feet here, since this is sea level. Oh, I forgot to do science. Let's just, I guess, do that for now. Just recovering this will be enough science to probably get us to the second stage. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, it only broke the engine. Still have the liquid fuel container intact. And so now, let's do an EVA. Oops. Okay, EVA. Oops. It fell down a little bit. And we can get probably a little bit of science like this. Take a soil sample. Even though I, I don't see why that would gain you any science because they built this entire base here. You figure they would know plenty about the soil right around it. But just for the hell of it, let's do it. Scientific value 2.4, good. Save that. And if you save it, you get it when you recover the vessel. Or you can save it and then you go back to your pod and then you can transmit it out. Which I think I need to go back here and get back inside. Hopefully I can do that. Let's see if I... yeah, I can use the jetpack, good. Oh, it doesn't really... I can't really lift myself up though. I don't think I can get back inside there. It's a little too high for this guy. Yeah, and the jetpack's not doing anything on Earth at least. Or on Kerbal, I should say. Okay, so let's just go back to the Space Center and try and recover both of these guys. It'll probably be two separate things because, yeah, see, Jebediah Kerbal is his own little object here. So recover, and got 2 science out of that, or 2.4, and cover this guy for 10 science altogether. Okay, let's go back to the Space Center and spend some of those XP points or science points. 5 science, yeah. That's so we can now get these parts right here. Bigger fuel tank, like a mid-sized fuel tank to the original one. This is a science thing. You can get mystery goo. Add some science points like that, like open this thing up while you're in space, and stack decoupler. This is very important. You can separate your stages with this thing right here, and I think that's actually the first thing I'm gonna add. Just get rid of that. Keep the chute, of course, and first thing we want is the decoupler, so we can just land the pod now instead of, you know, having the other stuff explode underneath it when it comes back down. We probably could have started out with a space plane, but I don't know if I'm going to do any of that stuff. Maybe if I kind of get stuck and I can't get any more science, maybe I'll try some space plane missions. If they're interesting, I'll keep them on camera. If not, maybe I'll just do them on my own and cut it out, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so now we can do actually a multi-stage rocket. I think I'm going to go for something a little bigger here. So let's lift it up, and for the first stage I want to use solid fuel, and I'm going to chain a couple of these together. Actually, let's use 5 of them. Oh, we need a decoupler first, though. That would definitely ruin things if I didn't have a decoupler on these. Okay, and we need, what is this? Modular girder segment? Yeah, girder. Okay, and to add on multiple sides, just click this thing down here, so this will put it on four different sides, and this will snap to a certain angle, so you know, it's easier to kind of get it square with everything. So put this about in the middle, and same thing, keep it as 4 for the, I'm going to put 4 on the outside of this middle, and we want to put it a little bit lower, so the rocket sets on top of these instead of the middle one, otherwise it'll probably tip over. Okay, so that looks good. And the staging, let's see if that's right. Yep. that engine there, that decoupler. Okay, everything's staged right. So maybe might be able to get into an orbit with this. It's possible. If not, we'll get almost into space and then come back down. That's all we really need anyway. I don't think getting an orbit would really be any more beneficial for science purposes anyway. So let's launch this sucker. Okay, and I think I'll throttle up a bit, and I'll turn the SAS on first thing this time, instead of doing it up in the air once I've started leaning. Okay, so solid rockets will go. I'm not going to do a countdown this time, just going to do it. Okay, that is really loud. I cannot hear myself talking for sure. And I've overheated these before, but that was more of these chained together, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, we're in the second stage, and we can start leaning a bit. Maybe try and get it off maybe 90-degree angle, or 45, yeah. Let's see where we are orbit-wise. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into space for sure. Oh, and I'm gonna cut the engine right there. Save a little bit of that for when we get near our what do you call it? Apoapsis. The highest point in the orbit, with a point where you start to it goes from ascending to descending. Yeah, apoapsis. Okay, so let's plan a maneuver here. Oh no, that's a little too much. Okay, and we don't want it to go up as much as that. I really doubt we can get an orbit out of this thing. But we'll see. Okay, well, we'll try this anyhow. Okay, let's get back there. We have a minute to go till we reach that point. You see that down here at the bottom where it says node in T minus 52 seconds. Estimated burn time 25 seconds. I really don't think we can do 25 seconds on this much fuel. Okay, since we're up in space, let's do some science. Crew report, that's all we can do at this point. Oh, I should have put the mystery goo. Damn, forgot. Oh, I could have got it. I could have gotten 100% out of this, but it probably would have used all the power. And if you run out of power, you can't really control the vehicle anymore. So, okay, and we're coming up on our burn, and we need to line it up with the blue thing right there. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. I missed it a little bit. Yeah, we're probably only going to get maybe 10 seconds out of this or something. Alright, so we got half of that. So we'll come down in the ocean over here. That's probably due to the atmosphere. We'll probably come down maybe somewhere around like right here. Possibly land, I don't know. We'll see. Be good if we could do land, because then we could do another EVA. Speaking of EVAs, let's do one right now. Just for the hell of it. I've had a little bit of trouble getting back into the command pod, so I'm going to try and lean this a little bit. I'm going to try and lean it so I can kind of get my Kerbal not square to it. Because if you try and grab onto it, he kind of, I don't know, it seems to actually fling the guy away from the spacecraft, so Hopefully if it's, you know, straight up and down, maybe it won't be as difficult. And let's turn the jetpack on with R. It doesn't look like I can do that yet. Oh, there we go, okay. And the spacecraft is going away from us a little bit. This could be a problem. I probably should have done this if I was going higher, but I guess I was getting a little cocky there. Alright, let's just try and get back inside. Let's EVA report. There we go. Save it. And get back down. Try and get back inside. Oops. Up, up, up. Just up a little more. Oh, grab. Okay. I think you have to hold F down to grab back on in a normal way. And oh yeah, what am I thinking? I should just get rid of this guy. Okay, and you can see what direction your trajectory is going by, like, the one that has the two legs facing downward. I know is the is if the bottom of your craft is facing that trajectory, and this other one with the two that come out the side is the trajectory you're facing. Yeah, so the top of the craft is facing this trajectory. And we'll be hitting atmosphere somewhere around 30,000 or maybe 25, something like that. And I think I'm going to speed this up a bit. Okay, there we go. I've hit the atmosphere, and I want to deploy the chute after we are through this. I'm not sure if it can burn up the parachute. You'd think it would be able to, but I haven't had that happen yet. But I just like to deploy the chute afterwards, just in case it does make a difference. So let's deploy it, and this will start to slow us down, I think. I'll turn the SAS off. That way we're just always, the bottom is going to be facing wherever we're going. And I'll speed this up to, let's go till the chute deploys. I've had my my craft blow up in fast forward before, so you want to kind of just play at normal speed once your chute's open, because you kind of lose your whole mission if that happens. Where's the sun? Okay, so our shadow will be over this way, I think. Oh, there it is. Okay. Getting pretty close. And there we go. All right. Well, I've already got the EVA report from space. That should be worth more than this, since we already had a soil sample from, you know, next to the Space Center. So I think that's it. I think we're going to end this mission. And it doesn't want us to end if we're throttled up. So always make sure to throttle all the way down before you go back to the Space Center. And let's go recover that. Yes, and 26 science. Awesome. So we can probably spend some more on another stage here. But I think I'm going to call that an end to this episode. Next episode, we will pick one of these three and build a new craft and try and get into orbit. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next episode.